What's up? Dang, got a fire and everything. I haven't checked audio at all. Hopefully this isn't crazy.
I just dropped this, so I was hoping it was like not gonna spew on me.
Oh no. I forgot to get a drink. I meant to get one on cue and I totally forgot.
What do you want? Dr. Pepper?
Did you get me one?
I sure did.
Are you kidding me, dude?
I'll go get you.
This is why I'm involved in Recoil. Dude, are you kidding me?
Second time. Third time.
Oh no. Stay.
You said you're on a diet, so I got you the little one.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm like trying to film everything for the intro and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like driving up here.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot to, because I'm in work mode and I forget everything.
Yeah.
Forget everything. That's sick. You got the fire going and everything. What you know about the driveway fire pit life? Big flex. It's pretty sweet. So, that was the bike that you took to go get. What'd you get, Brahms?
Yeah.
I didn't know it ran and like you. I didn't know you had a good bike.
I'll start it up for you. Well, so somebody had stole it literally off my front porch not long ago.
Dude, what?
And they took the tag and the key. So I had to replace the ignition and the gas cap.
Are you kidding me?
So got it replaced, but
Oh, damn. That's so sick. I bet your neighbors love you. Like, who's this dickhead on the dirt bike?
it looks a little rough, but it's kind of cool, the backstory on it. I grew up, this is like what I learned to ride. And just recently, probably 3 or 4 months ago, we decided to tear it down. And we replaced the jug with like a big bore kit and all that, so it's got
Oh, nice.
quite a few more ponies than it did stock.
Okay. I mean, that's the best way to have stuff, really.
And being the first bike I ever rode, it's like, oh, cool, I still got it.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna tear it down.
Dude, that'd be fun to have on trails and stuff.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yes.
Backstory to Recoil. Alright, so we're what? We are
You gotta be pretty loud.
incorporated in August as a 501c3. The basis of Recoil Outdoor is a veteran nonprofit to get veterans behind the wheel of off-road capable rigs. Not by like any VA program or bureaucratic program, just let's go make memories. Have some fun. We're 4 months in on Recoil.
Yeah.
So, we're making small changes here and there, but we've got the Waggy, we've got the KLR, we've got the TJ, and it's all just to get guys behind the wheel.
Yeah. And hopefully soon, I haven't really talked about this at all, like not even with anybody. I mean, my girlfriend caught me looking at side-by-sides today, so I guess the cat's kind of out of the bag with her, and she's not super thrilled with it. But hopefully this summer it's my goal to buy his side-by-side. Currently doesn't have a motor, but we'll fix that.
Yeah.
And get a trailer, and then I can fit his bike and my side-by-side on it. We can go out and do stuff until the other thing I'm doing is finished, which probably won't be till realistically like 2025, because that's going to be a lot of money, a lot of fab work, a lot of time.
It's a long-term project.
Yeah.
It's not something that'll be night and day, like overnight kind of thing.
No.
But, I mean, I've had this torn apart I tore it apart in February of 21. And got it driving just beginning of this year, and I tore it apart again.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm sure my project's going to be a lot of that. And that's why I want your side-by-side, so I can just take something out. I don't have to screw with it. It just works. Until it doesn't. Hopefully I don't pull a chance and have to tear the motor out of it.
Yeah. That was my goal for that, was to not tear it apart. While this was down, still be on the trails.
Yeah.
Side-by-side. So I bought it, like 400 miles on it. And 2018 XP Turbo was fun. Brand new PRP seats I put in it, and then wheels, tires, a little bit of suspension stuff, exhaust, and then spun a bearing.
How did you do that? Like, how did you even spin a bearing in it?
So we were out at Crossbar, having some fun, and I ripped a donut, and like a minute later I went shut off, and it was kind of a hard shut off.
Oh.
I was like, that just didn't sound right. Go to crank it back up, and it cranked over like an old school 350 or something. Like
Mm,
the timing's too far advanced, so it's just a hard crank. It's
yeah.
like, that still doesn't sound right. Drove probably a mile and started ticking.
Oh,
I was like, maybe that's just clutch, because the clutches are centrifugal and the weights go out in them, and so it sounded like a really loose clutch. It wasn't consistent like a rod or anything.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll monitor it. Well, not 5 minutes later, it's a ton louder.
Oh,
It's like, I'm going back to the shop. We're going to go investigate. And so we got back to the shop, pulled the clutch off, started up, same noise. So I start checking around. I pull the dipstick, and there's metal on the end of the dipstick. So I don't know what happened exactly. It could have been that when I ripped the donut, all the oil went sent to the top of the motor, and
yeah.
it didn't have enough in the crankcase.
I think you just like starved it or something for a second, and it was just long enough for.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because, I mean, everything in there, I don't know if it's just super high tolerances. When I took it apart, I started looking for parts. Everything's serialized to each other.
Yeah.
So if you replace one thing, you replace the next one. It just keeps snowballing from there. So it's like $3,500 to really fix it the way it needs to be fixed.
Was there scoring on the internals or anything, or?
Um, the rod you could tell was hot. The crank, you could see a little bit of heat built up in it.
Mm-hmm.
But the bearing journal looked like it could be polished.
Okay.
Like, I mic'd it out and everything, and it was close. It could just be polished. There was no grooves in it or anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if somebody was really sloppy mechanic, they could throw it together and run it. But, you know, with
You're like,
size bearings.
Whatever, just redo it.
Yeah.
Just do it right so it'll
Yeah.
last.
Yeah. I mean, being that
Makes sense.
it's turbo, I mean, you're pushing a little more or lower compression, a lot more power to it. I'd rather just be able to beat on it and not worry.
So from my point of view, at least how it's applicable to me and my personal experience, like when I got out, they were trying to force me out. They were trying to separate me. I was supposed to go through med board, and it was just a huge ordeal. It was terrible. I didn't want to get out in the first place, but I was kind of forced out due to my medical conditions. And between the paperwork, the appointments, the uncertainty, I was in my head constantly, and it was probably single-handedly one of the most stressful experiences of my life. And what Chancey's trying to do is keep people in bad situations from eating a bullet by just, like, you know the phrase, go outside and touch grass? That's literally what we're trying to do.
Yes.
Like, realize that the problems are not as bad as they seem. And when you just go outside and you just enjoy nature and go spend time with friends and make memories, like, nothing is ever as bad as it seems. And it just makes it, you're just able to see the big picture better, I guess.
You're grounded.
Yeah, you're grounded. Yeah.
For
You're
me,
not
like,
drowning in
there's-
your problems at home.
Yeah. So, little backstory of why I wanted to start this to begin with was because I got home and noticed that I was an entirely different person than before.
Yeah.
And I had a motorcycle, sank a ton of money into it, sold it when I got home because I was disappointed every time I jump on it, and then bought a boat, sold the boat, and then I bought this. And this turned into like my outlet. Like every time I was off-roading, out wheeling, you're surrounded by great people. The typical off-road crowd isn't like loud and crazy, obnoxious and partying. I mean, there's parties that happen. It's fun, but it's not the same scenery as like going out racing on the streets and getting in trouble and stuff. I notice like I'm not in my head when I'm out on the trail. Like I'm able to see the scenery, take everything in. I mean, if you're out in Colorado in the mountains, the last thing you're thinking about is paying bills and, you know, all the trauma that you've had in the past. So, really, yes, it's off-roading. Yes, it's fun. But at the same time, we're able to stay out of our head, keep our minds occupied, and just keep pushing forward. And that just creates a chain link reaction with everything else that happens.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. They're a lot of money, but they're a lot of fun. And
But they don't have to be a lot of money.
exactly. I mean, you can get into this so cheap. I mean, the KLR, you can find one for $500 and sink 1,000 into it and have a streetable dirt bike to just go find trails and run around.
Don't tell me that.
Oh,
I don't need to hear that.
They're so easy to get into. So
I've got enough irons in the fire right now that
I mean,
Yeah.
you could find one in that condition for probably $1,300
oh my gosh.
and just go rip it around. I mean, it's a conglomeration of memories and the people you've got beside you, and just understanding like what one another's been through.
So what is this monstrosity?
Well, it started life as a 76 Jeep Wagoneer.
What is it now?
Not that. So we'll start from the ground up. Honestly, I'm not talking about wheels and tires because they're 37s on 17-inch wheels. Everybody has those. The rear axle is a 14-bolt GM, 456 gears, Detroit locker. The front's a GM Dana 60, Detroit locker, 456 gears, the works. Let's see. We did, I think, Blazer or Suburban leaf springs in front and rear. So they're longer and wider. The font will be changing. Obviously, there's some mock-up stuff there. What else? All the sheet metal's been cut out and rock sliders put in. Fender flares, all that stuff. Thing only has like 4-inch lift in the rear, 6-inch in the front. And then, let's see.
The drivetrain might be good to talk about.
I'm getting there. So okay, we'll start with the motor now. The motor's an OM606 Mercedes diesel, paired with a 6L90E transmission. That's what we're currently in the middle of swapping. About 400 horsepower ish is what I'm shooting for. Right now, it's probably setting about 375, around there. Not had it on a dyno, but comparing to other people's numbers.
But dyno says 375.
Butt dyno with the Turbo 400 that was in it says more like 250.
Oh man.
The gearing was just crap in that.
Yeah.
It was just super high geared, so it felt like it just wanted to go fast, and it didn't have much low end. And then made it to an MP205. So this behemoth thing right here is what it's made it to. We had to change out the input shaft to a 29 spline, and then run advanced adapter. It doesn't have the low max gears. To do the low max gears, you have to change case and everything. So that's just a stock 205. It's been twin sticked, so you have front and rear axle disengage and engage input, and then I did an Atlas flange. Flange. I can't even think of the name of it. Drawing a blank. But yeah, so that's a flange. And then this massive thing is the 6L90. So I've got tearing this sometime soon and replace output shaft to a 29 spline. That's like a 36 spline right now. So we'll be changing that here shortly. And then what else? What other fancy stuff does the Waggy have? I can show you inside real fast.
It's got heat and AC.
It does. Has vintage air. It's not in it at the moment, but the controller's inside. So we've got, I believe it's wide open design, or I want to say it's wide open design. They're the ones that make the twin stick, if I remember right. And then low car shifters. So this has the tap up, tap down shift. I can put it in sport mode and manually shift it. So that's kind of fancy there. Got the iPad mount, Mastercraft seats.
You had it running and driving for a little while with the Turbo 400, sorry.
I did, and it was just... So at first, when I first fired up the motor, I had issues with it. It would stay running and everything. I could drive it, but it was super low on power. Well, when I plumbed in the fuel lines, I left the gasoline fuel filter on it, inline fuel filter.
Oh.
And that was really restrictive. So I took that out, ran a line to it, and now it's got all the fuel. And then I was up wheeling around, and I noticed I couldn't even hardly hop a curb even when it was in low. So something's not right. So I go back, and I didn't build this motor when I bought it. So if I'll look at it a little bit, the OM606 is a electronically controlled motor. So to make it mechanical, we had to change this pump here. This is a big old injection pump. Here. Sorry, kind of fell in your way. To turn the fuel up, because I was having fueling issues, I got to adjust this screw here for on boost, and then there's an off boost screw back there that I can adjust for idle. So that way I can basically, it's like if you're tuning a diesel truck or something like the newer one, you up the fueling, like low boost fueling, stuff like that. I can do that mechanically. So it's a little more difficult, but I can do that. So that converted the whole motor and everything to just straight mechanical. So now I don't have any electronic gauges. I have EGT, boost, RPM, and speedo. That's about it. So everything's 100% mechanical minus the transmission now.
And you've taken it out before? You've actually like gone legit wheeling it?
Yeah.
How'd it do?
In which scenario? Because it had an LS in it before. With the Mercedes, it wasn't bad. Like I said, it was a little low on power before I figured out the fueling issues. So
you took it out when it was low on power?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I didn't get to experience full wrapped out at 5,000 RPM kind of thing, but I got to at least wheel it.
That's cool.
So now that it's turned up, a lot lower gearing, I should be a lot better off, both low end and top end drivability.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
this thing will be fun. It makes a great Dr. Pepper holder as well. So if you don't have a place to set your Dr. Pepper, I suggest buying a Jeep Wagoneer. So yeah, this thing is pretty badass. We are excited to get this done. It's not going to be one of the veteran vehicles because this is just a lot to handle with the twin stick and everything. And does it have stickies on it or no?
No, these aren't stickies. These are, honestly, I would probably swap these
there
if I wanted to. But no, this is like, I'm taking this one to the grave with me.
Yeah, this is your baby. It's sentimental.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot in it. It's not a simple just get in it and drive kind of thing.
No, it's one that takes, like, you got to know what it's doing, know the noises it's making.
Yeah. And plus with the back end and just how it is, like the departure angles and things like that, like you kind of have to know the vehicle to not hurt it.
Yeah, the departure angle of this sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's at a 110-inch wheelbase.
Right.
And 82 or 81 wide.
Yeah.
But the gas tank hangs off the back, and it's like...
Oh, that's the gas tank back there?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So I really got to watch that. I haven't made a skid plate for it yet.
Okay.
But that's a big one, and there's just a lot going on with it.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. This over here is a lot easier to manage.
Yes. It's just
so
and go.
What we have out here, if we can see it. Oh, I love Sony cameras. This is the TJ. You want to tell us about the TJ?
TJ.
Stay tuned for our video series, What Broke on the TJ Today.
Yeah, so broke Jeep.
This is the theme here. Hey, the bike runs, though.
Yeah, the bike surprisingly runs. It was broke yesterday. No, so the TJ, I don't have a whole lot of, like, background info on it. I don't know who had a stock or anything. I know a guy out of New York built it, and he put a Dana 44 front, 9-inch backbone in the rear with RCVs and chrome ollies, 513 gears. The kid I bought it from, he kind of like did take care of it. I don't know if he just didn't know Jeeps or didn't know how to do maintenance, but I got it for a decent price, and so I was like, I'll fix it up. It has great bones, but it needs some love. The motor's a TBI 350. The transmission is a NV 3500, and then the T-case is a 241. So all the drivetrain, or motor, transmission, T-case all came out of like a 94 Chevy pickup.
Oh, wow.
And then PSC, hydro assist.
Here, let's see if you stand to the left. I need some light on you. My camera doesn't know what to do. Oh, so much better.
And then 40-inch treps. These are the DOT treps. Wish they were stickies, but they're not. And then 17-inch, I think, race lines is what's on here. Yeah, race lines. So it's got good bones, but this is one that We can put anybody in, and if it bounces off of a tree or breaks, we'll fix it and put the next guy in it. Keep going.
Heck yeah.
So,
This also needs a transmission.
yes. Unfortunately. Needs transmission and throttle body rebuilt. Then I've got a moto-built fuel cell for it inside. Throw that in. I need to get windshield brackets for it. Door handles. Like I said, it needs a little bit of love, but good bones.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And then there's that, which is going to try to wheel. But I think what we're going to end up doing is sending it to the dealership. Because I am very susceptible to peer pressure. So if you're like, oh, just follow the line, it'll be fine. I see some problems in the future.
See, you have to trust your spotters, and your spotters can see outside the vehicle what your tires are doing that you can't see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't see anything inside that anyways.
Yeah. You don't have all the fancy cameras that you can turn on all over the truck?
I mean, so it's not like a Bronco that has all the like trail cameras and stuff on it. I've got a front camera, which is super helpful. And I've got my mirror cameras. I don't know if I can select those. And then I've got like 40 cameras in the back for towing stuff because half tons need all that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't have like a ton of like side panel cameras and stuff like that, like the Broncos and stuff do. So
I mean, trust your spotter. I mean, especially if you're out with a decent crew. Some spotters will be like, full send it, and you'll get on the skinny pedal and break an axle.
right.
But the right spotter will guide you where you need to go, and you won't come out of there with any damage.
Hopefully I can grab that side by side before we do any huge trips. Hopefully that just does the May event, and that's it.
Yeah, and even then, like, I mean, hauling equipment back and forth kind of thing, and maybe if we have to go out to rock face and, you know, main trails to get there,
Yeah.
won't have to take you on any tight trails and tear it up.
Yeah.
But we can see what the GMC is capable of.
Yeah, no, I do. When we go out and shoot the content at Crossbar, which update coming soon, I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. I do want to see like kind of what that can do,
Yeah.
and hopefully encourage more people. I should probably have this pointing at me, and hopefully show more people that you don't need a super built, like really capable rig to go out and have fun. Like you can take your stock F-150.
I did it.
Like you did, exactly. You can take your stock F-150 and go out and have a great time and do some really cool stuff with it. It's only like really technical stuff that you need something like this TJ for.
Well, and so I got the TJ because we started going to Disney and doing some off-road parks that are like, you're more susceptible to damage.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take the Waggy out and get damage.
Yeah.
Like, it's overbuilt for what we're going to be doing, but it's also nostalgic, and it's one that I'm attached to versus something I'm not attached to.
You don't want to replace doors and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus this one where parts are, there's a million of them out there. There's so many parts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And whatever. I
engaged,
mean,
and you know, whatever happens to it happens.
all of its monetary value is in the suspension, and you know, it's just
Yeah, if it rolls over or flips, whatever, okay, let me take body panels off, probably throw a new tub on it, and it's already got the axles, so
right.
I'm not worried about it. But, so I got it strictly so we can tear it up. The other one, future builds and future vehicles we're going to be getting are going to be similar to the Waggy in the aspect of like overlanding and being able to drive from here to Colorado, camp out for the week, and then drive home kind of thing.
Definitely.
But, you know, so if it's a 4Runner on 35s or something, you know, that's kind of what I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
And then have this as backup. The Waggy is a overall, like, it's gonna have a Premier Power Welder, solar, rooftop tent, all the necessities to be off grid for a month at a time.
Right. I want to do solar and like battery cutoffs and stuff for my upcoming project as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many benefits to it. I'm doing dual isolated batteries of mine, so I'll have like a start battery, it's a diesel battery,
and then you cut it off, and you can use the other two, and then when you drive, you flip it back on, and it charges them.
Well, so they actually make a battery monitor, or a BMS, which actually monitors both batteries, both house battery and start battery, and automatically isolates them.
Nice.
So you just run your starter to your start battery.
It senses draw and it cuts it automatically.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you tell it, okay, I need full house power, or just charge one battery or the other.
Yeah.
Like, technologies came so far, it's nuts what you can do with batteries now.
That's sick.
So we're looking at a few different options, but I'm definitely going to have solar, rooftop tent. I've already got an ARB awning for the side. It'll have a full camp setup done to it. So so we've got, what, 2 events coming up? No, we've got January, February, March, April. We have 5 events coming up.
Where did you get 5? What did you sign me up for?
January, February, March, April, May.
5 events or 5 months to the event?
6.
6
Counting all the way up
what?
to Dirt Fest.
6 events leading up to Dirt Fest?
Yeah.
Or 6 months?
Yes.
What events are you talking?
Mud and Mocha.
Oh, okay. If you're counting them all individually.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're stressing me out. Like, what did we not? You didn't tell me this.
Yeah. So.
What did I just get voluntold for?
So let's go with number 1. We've got Mud and Mocha on January 20th. We locked that in.
Yep.
At Lost Lakes Adventure Park in Midwest City.
So we're gonna have that every month. We're gonna find like a specific week, a specific Saturday morning to lock it in, to interfere with.
So what I'm going to do is, because I always got tired of when I was at drill, all the cool events were happening.
Yeah.
So I'm going to find somebody that goes to drill, because we know some people, and ask them when their drill dates are. We're going to schedule an off drill date.
Yeah.
So, 1, we're out of the realm of all the big events. So Cars and Coffee is a big one.
Right. Can't overlap with that.
Yeah, can't overlap with that. And there's big events going on. So we want to be on the off weekend of that when people are like, oh, hey, let's just get out and do something.
Right.
So I know for sure early January is drill. So late January is perfect. February we will look at during January's event.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Lost Lakes and go from there.
Dude, this thing sucks. I'm grabbing this. I need some lumbar. All right, here we go. Oh, that's better.
So what is Mud Mocha? Mud Mocha is like a coffee and cars for off-road and overlanding enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So it's hosted at Lost Lakes Adventure Park. They've got big cable park there, big lounge area, pro shop, restaurant, coffee, all that sorts of good stuff. Hang out, show off, like this is your time to shine. You know, show off what you got, and chat, mingle, network, and let's talk about what we're doing next step for Recoil and what we're doing in the future.
And people there get photos too.
Yeah, so we're gonna have photos. Seth here will be taking your photo.
I'm not turning the camera around because my shoulder hurts, but you got to see my face earlier.
So ask him for photos if you want photos.
I'll just be walking around and shooting everything that's there in the parking lot.
Yeah. Wave at him, make sure you catch him.
Yeah.
And then merch in the future.
Yes. That guy with the shirt company that we talked to, I need to reach out to him. I have his card.
He filled out one of the volunteer forms.
Oh, he did?
So
Okay, sweet. What did he drive? He had like a Gladiator?
I believe he had a white Gladiator.
Okay, that guy. Cool.
Yep. So we'll get in touch with him, get some merch going, so you can buy merch at Mud Mocha. And then we're looking at some trail rides, like way far in the future, but there's some stuff happening there that'll be a lot more fun than just a generic meet and greet.
Yeah, trying to make it a little bit more than just walk around and shake hands. Although it is a great networking opportunity.
It is.
meet.
Like the first one we did, we had 20 people show.
Yeah, that was surprising. At least it was that or more.
It worked out great.
Yeah, everybody was meeting each other. There were a lot of people there that didn't know a lot of other people there. So it was fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool rigs that showed up too.
There was. So yeah, we'll have that. We're gonna be doing that monthly. We'll release February's right after the January's Mud Mocha. There's no mud and there's no mocha, but there's coffee and big tires. So
Coffee in a dirt parking lot.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't get mud and mocha. You get dirt and coffee.
I'm not a mud fan, but if you want mud, I'm sure we can find some mud. There's a few lakes over there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's no mud, no mocha. We do have coffee and hangout.
Coffee. We should have just called it coffee and dirt.
Right? Golly. What's that? The mushroom coffee that they have over there at some of the
It
restaurants.
sounds terrible.
It's like this mushroom dirt something rather. I forget what they call it, but it's literally like mushrooms and dirt and stuff mixed together or something, and it's supposed to be good for you. And it's like better than coffee.
That sounds like a Prius thing, not a.
It does.
Not, yeah, I'm not. Dude, I don't like mushrooms on their own, let alone in my coffee.
Yeah.
Or as coffee. That's
Yeah.
even worse.
Let's see. Next event. Mud and milk.
So, yeah, we have the Mud and Mocha events, which are meet and greets, but what's going on in May?
So, our very first annual Dirt Fest, we're going to be hosting May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Had to. May 4th and 5th at Crossbar Off-Road Park in Davis. We're doing our Dirt Fest. So, vendors, obstacle course. Saturday's going to be our main event, obstacle course. And then we're going to have an overlanding competition. That'll be more like set up base camp. Let the judges go around judging your base camp and give them a good story. And go from there. And then
Treasure hunt?
treasure hunt. We're going to like put a spin on that a little bit. But it'll be a treasure hunt. And then
Camping?
vendors and have some fun.
Vendors, camping.
Vendors, camping, obstacle course, high octane fun.
Yeah. Or really, really low octane if you're really cool, like us.
Yeah, run some E85.
I was talking about diesel. That's like the lowest octane.
Oh, God. I run on vegetable oil.
Well, there you go.
But no, so we're going to be doing that. All the applicants for that are anywhere from side-by-sides to like full-size rigs, whether it's a Jeep on 40s or a full-on buggy.
Are we going to have classes for this or any kind of restriction? Okay, so we're going to put people in classes, but all rigs are welcome.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. So, and there will be shooting for first, second, third place prizes for all classes. So,
Sweet.
look for more details on our page. We'll post more on there. And then if you're interested in partnerships, reach out and we'll get a partnership package to you.
Yes, we desperately need partners. Without other brands coming on board, we just can't make it happen.
We are 100% out of pocket right now. So everything we do is just based out of what we make doing our 50, 60-hour weeks at work.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yep. Anybody that comes on board is definitely helping out. I know this isn't something that's like a typical race or series or anything like that, but there is definitely marketing opportunities, and you're going towards you're making a bigger difference than just getting some marketing out there.
Yeah, it's great for advertising for you because believe me, you're gonna have watermarks on photos, part of the video, sponsor video, vendor booths, vehicle graphics potentially, but you're also impacting people's lives, just doing a good thing for the community, and being a 501c3, you can write off all of this stuff as well.
Yep. So we'll look both for product and monetary donations. That's kind of what we're looking for. Preferably monetary up front, just because it takes so much to put on an event like this.
Yeah, we need to cover event costs first just to make it happen. Prizes are like a nice to have, but there is no event without bills paid.
Make some handmade trophies.
Right.
Give me some ring and pinions. I'll weld some together.
Yeah.
We'll make it cool. But no, we'll make some shit happen, and then stuff happen, and then go from there. So
you can't say shit because there's going to be a lot of people like us watching it, and they might get offended.
It'll be PC. YouTube might shut us down.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. I watch YouTube. I know it's on there. I think we're good.
You can bleep it out.
Oh, man, that's so much work in post.
It is.
It's like the people that are like, oh, just Photoshop it. Like, no, no.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
gonna be a fun one. So we partnered up with Crossbar. They're 6,500 acres, both rocks and dirt, and then they've got the whole short course there. We're gonna revamp it, cut a portion of it, I think, and then revamp it for the obstacle course, rock pit, logs, mud, all the challenging obstacles that make
we're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make you guys break stuff if we can. Hopefully,
I'm envisioning like top truck challenge is kind of what I'm envisioning.
that would be awesome.
So,
And on the topic of partnering with Crossbar, we also have partnered with Airlift.
Airlift, Kevin with Airlift, or Mike. I've got
Mike.
Kevin in my head for some reason. There's another Kevin somewhere that I've been talking to.
So, yeah.
Mike with Airlift came in clutch for sure.
Yep.
He's partnered with us. We've got CTC Off Road. He's out of Piedmont, and then we've got
A pretty healthy
Psychotic
handful
Lighting.
of maybes.
Psychotic Lightings came on board.
Yep.
They're a light company for UTVs that's out of Blanchard. So shout out to them, Caleb over there. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of maybes and a lot of people waiting on sponsorship packages to be made up, which we're working on. So we've got definitely opportunities to be had.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time though. So I'm gonna get out there like a week in advance and start throwing the course together.
Yeah.
Take a week off for work.
So that's pretty much it. Just to summarize everything, I guess we have a bunch of partners on board to try and help this event happen. So we've got the Mud and Mocha events coming up, which are going to be every month. Going to be a really fun meet and greet for everybody. Don't worry about the cold winter months. They have a restaurant and they have coffee in there that we're welcome to hang out. It's like a lounge or whatever. So that's super fun every month. Hopefully you guys come out to there. We have the Recoil Facebook page and group page. We would love it if you gave us a follow and join the group so you could stay like up to date on what we're doing and what's going on. Hopefully we get the TJ and the Waggy up running so we can bring those to events and start taking people out and having fun doing some stuff. Hopefully I get a trailer and a side-by-side here pretty soon and I can actually partake instead of just breaking my daily like an idiot. So yeah, this is the beginning of our YouTube journey. We're going to be filming all of the maintenance and things that we do. Fixing the TJ is going to be recorded with the throttle body and the trans on that. Updates and upgrades on the Waggy are going to be updated on the YouTube channel. And I might throw some parts at my truck. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Heck yeah.
So
we're not doing this with any sort of sponsors at the moment. We're just doing this with the knowledge that we have, the tools that we have at our hands. So the typical do-it-yourselfer, don't take it to shops, just figure it out.
Yep.
So we'll figure it out together.
Figure it out is what the budget allows. So
yep. So we'll figure it out together. We'll make stuff happen.
Yep.
We'll glue metal together.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for watching. We're going to shoot something else on Thursday. We're going to have a special guest, hopefully. If not, we'll have other content to shoot. But I'm going to try and get these videos out once or twice a week, hopefully. That's the goal. So hit the sub button, and we'll see you in the next one.